Halloween a few years back. I'm in a bar, drunk, obviously. It's a packed bar because it's Halloween. You know, a lot of people are out that night. There's girls walking by me. I back up, so that my man parts are not on her behind because it's a tight bar, and if she brushed up against me, it wouldn't have been I wouldn't have been a creep for it, but like I'm super conscious of shit like that. Like, yo, like you're not here with me, we ain't on that. So like, yeah.
Mhm.
So here's where I you could say I went wrong. I did like guide her like by her waist, just by me. Somebody, while I was doing that, grabbed her breast. Wasn't me. She
Mhm.
turns around and goes, "You grabbed my boob?" I go, "Huh?" And then I get two pieces in the mouth. Now, in the 5 seconds that all of this happened, and I'm saying 5 seconds to spread it out, it happened like this. I've went from saying, "Oh yeah, you can go ahead through," to and not recognizing who two-pieced me either. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
it's I did something nice for you. I get hit in my face. So my immediate response is to put my guard up, like, yo, and someone grabs me and says, "Yo, that was a chick." And I go, "Oh, yes." Because then I stop for a hot second and I put everything together. Oh, this is what happened. So because I was put in that specific situation, I can understand how in the heat of the moment you could do something that's not okay, but I'm not excusing the actual behavior. I didn't hit the chick. I went home after that because I said, you know what? It's time for me to go home. This is a
Yeah.
sign. I don't need to be out tonight.
I guess to that, I feel like, and like we're all rational, right? And in theory, we have control over our behaviors. So I don't think there's a reason necessarily that any person should hit another person. I'm not seeing no reason. Even if the person hits you first, like unless you want to go to jail or you want to get an assault, whatever you want to do, you want to get thrown out. You have control over yourself. You can leave. You can
Yes,
leave.
but I will say responses and adrenaline can and especially with alcohol. And there's something I can tell you off mic about this. That can put you in a place to react a certain way. But to your point, I had time to think through what I was about to do. And I was like, yeah, let me get an Uber. It's time for me to go home, bro.
But I feel like a lot of drunk people still end up in jail, right? Like that's not a defense. I was drunk. Like
It's not a defense, but for me personally, it provides some context. It doesn't tell the story,
sure.
but every book has multiple chapters, and some of those chapters matter more than others. So that's where I look at alcohol. Like, does it lower your inhibitions? Yes, but does it excuse your behavior? Because I believe, like, if you get blackout drunk, whatever you do, that's at the core who you are, and everything else is a
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
of
I
that.
was gonna say something like that, yeah.
So
Yeah. So, like, if anyone were to hit me, you're never going like, and I got into a, not an altercation, but somebody was screaming at me because they were fighting. I'm gonna say they were trying to fight me because it's one-sided. That's just you're never gonna see me screaming. You're never gonna see me yelling because at the core of who I am, it just never happens, and I'm never gonna fight nobody, no matter the situation I'm put in.
you don't seem like the fighting type.
I don't have it in me. I really don't, because like I was never thinking I'm never that angry about something, because nothing ever requires that much emotion. In my opinion, I've never been in a situation that required that much emotion out of me. But two, I value my life. I have a lot to live for, and I'm not trying to go anywhere that's not the path that I want to be on. So like,
You ain't trying to spend a night you ain't
nobody's
trying
worth
to spend a night in A2 or whatever they call it, A2
Oh my god,
precinct.
that's so embarrassing. Yeah, they do call it A2. Ann
That shit is
Arbor.
so
Yeah, that's disgusting.